We're mobile. Take Fox Sports 1350 with you using iHeartRadio. It's the IE's home for sports. KPWK AM 1350, Riverside, San Bernardino, an iHeartRadio station.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association, right here on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. We're also streaming at Fox Sports 1350 and the iHeartRadio app. And soon, we will have a new broadcast partner. The contract is signed. Everything's in place. But we're going to wait before we make the official announcement. But we will soon be on a major sports network.
Coach B, man, you know,
7 years of work.
I was just about to say, how long has it been?
Right. You know, and the thing is, we've been on TV before, but we were on a smaller LA station, and we didn't feel that it gave us what we needed. But now we're about to roll with one of the big dogs.
Yeah, man. It's it's about that time. As you mentioned, IE Sportsnet right here in the great city of Riverside. We're going to be taking our talents to the TV screen, and as you mentioned before, we're not new to it. We're true to it. We've done it before.
Right.
As you mentioned, there's going to be a lot more space, a lot more
multiple states.
Yeah, multiple states. You know, so we're getting close to the INTL.
Right.
But really, really exciting news though.
Like my one of my buddies who's from Ventura County, he asked me about it. Hey, you guys going to change the name? I said no. When the Colonel came to California, he didn't call it California Fried Chicken. He called it Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's what. So we will not. And I thinking about that. I got to think about getting me some chicken. But you know what, man? But one thing about it, we talk about this all the time. Eternal, you stay on me. You're kind of like the wife. You guys, y'all must really want me to be around a while. But DL Hughley said, a married man lives 7 years longer than an average single man. But like DL said, were they 7 good years?
Right.
But with that being said, I've gotten my weight back down to I'm down to 178. I measured, and last year my doctor told me that I was, and there's no such thing. He says I'm pre-diabetic. Either you're diabetic or you're not. Right. I spent years in the medical sales. Either you're diabetic or you're not. Right. But he said my levels were bad, my cholesterol was bad, and I've dropped 46 pounds.
Wow, man!
Since this quarantine started. Yeah, man. And the funny thing is, now that I'm at home, I'm able to monitor what I'm doing, because before I was always out and about eating fast food.
And that's one of the things when you're running. People think that you're going to be able to monitor your diet, but that's when you start to cheat. You're trying to get quick stuff. You're at the gas station getting food.
Right.
You're over
Baker's was my weakness.
At the McDoodles. Getting
that's
stuff.
Baker's. Baker's still is that cherry Coke. That's still, I don't even drink Coca-Cola.
You get the cherry Coke, huh?
With the shot. Man, I love, when I was a kid, dude, my mother is a baker, and she had sugar cubes, and I used to just sit them in my mouth. So I love sweet.
I used to have a little thing with sugar cubes back in the day. I mean, I got off of it quickly, but and
they have no taste.
No,
it's just sugar.
Yeah, just to have you hyping and running, hitting a couple, jumping off some walls for about 5 minutes, and that's it.
But that's when we were in the Hub City. We didn't have very much candy, so sugar cubes was the only candy that I had. A straight sugar cube, man.
And sugar cinnamon bread.
Yes. Oh, that was our breakfast every day. And I tell my kids about it. They don't know what it is, because like Kendrick said, the syrup sandwich. I said we didn't have that. What my mother would do every morning: get a piece of bread, toast it, put butter on it, and then cinnamon on top. And now my kids was like, "That's all you have for breakfast?" I was like, "Son, that's all we could afford."
That was it. That was it right there. Again, right here, live in the great city of Riverside. Coach B and Eternal, IE Sportsnet. You guys can take us with you using the iHeartRadio app. Again, every Saturday morning, we are here live. Coach B, we have a great show lined up. We got some, the football is upon us, Coach B. I mean, man, let me tell you something. Even a month ago, I didn't even know. I didn't think it was going to happen. I was just like, I was really just, you feel for these kids. We got a chance to interview some of those kids, the class of 2020. And, and their senior year was just decimated by this. I mean, some of the kids got
including
a chance.
My son.
Yeah. So you know all about it. It's in your household. So we were just excited to hear that the prospect of then when CIF announced that it would be happening, we were just excited about that. So, and then obviously we've read since then that there's been roughly about 100 games played or so Obviously, there has been some stuff, and we don't want to sit there and say that nothing has happened, but we know that we're excited about just the prospect of it. So with that, we do a lot of work here in the high school area of the Inland Empire, Riverside, and San Bernardino. One of the friends that we have that is actually coached one of our games, Coach B, is our guy, Coach Price, out of Ukaipa.
Yes, sir.
What do they call it? One city, one team, one town. Or one team, one town. One
team, one. They don't get it wrong. He's going to have you up here doing up, downs, and all that.
Coach Price is a big man. He's not
yes, he is. Coach Price, he tweeted us out this morning, and like you said, he did our All-Star game, the Inland Valley Sports Hall of Fame Classic. And the good thing about it, man, that was one of the years that we just, I'll tell you right now, the Citrus Belt, my goodness, when we have a coach from that league involved in the game, those kids show up and show out. Yeah, they do. Well, they had that. It's been around for a while. Most coaches will tell you that league right there, they just, I think just those schools there, the way that thing to kind of come up, those coaches that they have that camaraderie together with those coaches. I think Ramona was in Citrus Belt at one time, correct? Because I know Rome said in high school it was a team on the Palm Springs area. Don't give me the line. I know it was very, very. It was we were in the Ivy League. Okay, because it's one of the oldest. I remember that. Yeah, it's one of the oldest leagues. And Rome, he loves this. When he was at AB, Coach Romanelli, who was at AB Miller, now is at Summit. But when he was at AB Miller, they were in the Citrus Belt. And he has and I tell you, people who are part of the Citrus Belt love the Citrus Belt. Oh, yeah. There's just been some changes with realignment. No doubt. But the Citrus Belt is still the Citrus Belt. Yeah, man. So, again, we're going to have, really excited to have Coach Price on, kind of just pick his brain and just see how he's communicating with his kids. We've had several players on. We haven't had very many coaches on. So this is going to be probably one of our coaches on since the announcement that was made that they will be having high school football was scheduled to take place. So we're really excited about that prospect happening. Also on the show, we're scheduled to have the man. I'm already here, man. I'm here every week. I was talking about myself. But we have also our guy Riverside. Let me tell you something, man. Anytime, when I used to, when this guy used to come up to bat and it said, when it comes up and it puts the city on there where you're from, it say Riverside, California on there, it just make you just jump out your couch. There you go. But our guy Adam Kennedy, Riverside native, really, really excited to have him on. He's going to come on, get a chance to talk to him, do some Angel baseball. Coach B said he's an Angel fan. Is that what you are? Okay. All right. I plead the fifth. All right, there you go. I plead the fifth. Yeah, but we're going to have Adam Kennedy on. We're really excited about having him on. And then we're scheduled to have Miss Tamika Jones calling in from UCR. Yes. Right now, obviously, they're going through some challenges right now, and they're trying to really get word out to the community about how we can save UCR athletics. So we want to make sure that we assist with that mission. But Coach B, in current news, last night the Clippers, young straight backs, Moreno Valley, no dilly, no dally. He did his thing. Yes, sir. Look, a couple of times he looked like he wanted to slap a couple of them Clippers. Right. Sweet Lou one time in particular. But yeah, it's one of the, but you made a good point off air before we got started today that let's get all this stuff out. Let's get the kinks out now. Because true words. Look, Denver is, people look at Denver and they go, but Denver is not a bad team. And one thing people don't realize is everybody on Denver, am I right? They're all in the NBA, right? Everybody on that Denver squad is a National Basketball Association player, right? Exactly. Right? And there's only a couple of thousand people in the world of more than 6 billion that play in that league. Right. So, and they're there. They're there. So, yeah. And then, last night, you heard the commentators mentioning that, they're holding no, I hope I'm saying his name right. I think it's Novak or what have you. The center's name from Denver. They're saying Jokic, the Joker. Excuse me. Pardon me. But they're saying that he was he's either the or one of the best offensive centers. No, that's your guy Riverside Reggie that always says that. He does always say that. Yeah, that's Reggie Miller that says that. I think right. Yeah, Reggie's they're putting him in the top 10. Well, the thing about it, he's good. Look, the guy's good. Is there a center? Is there such thing as a center? Yeah, come on. Joel Embiid's a center. Now, Joel plays. Our guy's a center. Joel plays in our type of a center game. Nowadays, if you look at basketball, they say the game has gone positionless. There is no true center in the league anymore. They're even talking about getting rid of the positions in the All-Star game.
Yeah, I don't think they should do that. I mean, at the end of the day, center is still a valued position. I mean, look, ask Houston how valued center is.
Yeah,
they'll tell you.
Well, the thing is with that. Speaking of that, is the Rockets always disappear when it becomes game time, and I hope that's not what's happening with Sweet Lou. Because now it's time to step up. It used to happen to a guy to play for the Lakers named Eddie Jones. When it was game time, he just disappeared.
Don't do that to us, man.
Because the thing about it,
don't do that to us, man. But no, Sweet Lou is the underground GOAT.
Yeah, but it's game time now.
It is.
It's games. Kawhi had one bad game, and Kawhi is back. But Kawhi is proven. I was at the barbershop the other day, and Cat, I had on my Agua Caliente Clippers gear, and I was representing.
Right.
And cats are trying to come at me. It's like, well, what is playoff P done? I said, hold up, what him? Timeout. Pass interference. I said, what has the eyebrow done?
Right.
What has he done?
Well, he finally, this last game.
Because of LeBron. But prior to that, because if you're going to go at the playoff P, he never got out of the first round prior to this year.
And let me tell you something. When he really was good, he was good because they had DeMarcus Boogie Cousins.
I'll give him that. He's still a great player. I'll give him that.
But AD's nice.
He is. But the thing is, if you're going to come at me because of Paul George, then I'm going to come at you because of Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis hadn't done anything.
Well.
Yeah, Kawhi has 2 and 2 MVPs. Yeah. LeBron has 3. But Kawhi, I remember a young Kawhi shut down LBJ.
Yeah.
And LBJ's, when LBJ was LBJ in Miami.
And let me tell you something, because I don't want to hear Coach B, I'm telling you right now, I don't want to hear no excuses. He shut down LeBron. I don't want to hear no excuses.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about LeBron and reinventing himself. He's the greatest player. So when young straight backs plays him, because it's coming.
Yeah.
This is the inevitable. It's coming.
And we know that he walks through the regular season.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So let me tell you something. We gonna see. And I want to. I hope y'all like the kids say, keep that same energy. Okay.
I want to see it. I definitely want to see it. And thank God for Wikipedia. So Ramona was a part of the Citrus Belt. I know I wasn't losing it. Ramona at one time was a part of the Citrus Belt because I remember Rome saying that the Citrus Belt goes back to the 1890s.
Oh, yeah.
But Ramona back in the day it was probably before you were there.
I was just about to say.
But,
I know for sure we were in the Ivy League. We were like in the quadruple.
When you were there, you were probably in the Ivy League. But I know Rome said, back in the day, he said there was only like 3 high schools in all the Inland Empire back then.
When they were writing on stone. When we come back, we do have a special guest. We're gonna have.
Man, I'm here every week.
I know, man. I know. Coach Price calling in from the great city of Yucaipa High School. Really excited about that, Coach B. Then coming up, we had our guy Adam Kennedy. Man, you don't want to miss this show, Coach B. A lot going on, man. Absolutely. Let's go ahead and do this. You're listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B. And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire sports, the conversation starts and stops here, live on Fox Sports 1350.
And I'm gonna get on Shaq with that picnic table suit.
Yo, this is Aries Spears on Fox Sports Radio.
We are Fox Sports!
IE Sportsnet is the longest-running #1 sports talk show originating from the Inland Empire. Every week since 2013, Coach B and Eternal have brought you the best sports coverage from Riverside and San Bernardino counties. In addition to our top-rated show, IE Sportsnet also produces 10 events annually. The Inland Valley Classic All-Star Series, the Riverside Sheriff's Association All-Star Classic Series, and 215 All-Star Classic Series. These events attract over 5,000 spectators. Now is the perfect time to market your brand on one of the world's most recognizable stations, Fox Sports Radio, for as low as $25. That's right, you can advertise with Coach B and Eternal on IE Sportsnet and Fox Sports AM 1350 for as low as $25. Contact our account exec today, staff at iesportsnet.com, or follow up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at IE Sportsnet.
We are Fox Sports!
Farmers Insurance, the office of Stacey Ann Holgate, is a proud sponsor of Inland Empire Sports. Located in Riverside at 3641 Adams Street, Stacey Ann's office is able to assist you with your financial goals in planning for your future. Her office can also assist you with your business insurance, home, auto, and much more. Give Stacey Ann Holgate's office a call today at 951-977-9899. That's 951-977-9899. And mention Fox Sports AM 1350. Stacy loves her community and the kids in it. She knows they are the future, and investing in them is an investment towards a healthier community. Wouldn't you want to do business with someone who cares about your children almost as much as you do? Contact Stacy Ann Holgate's Insurance Agency at 951-977-9899 for ways she can help you and your family with all of your insurance needs today. Located at 3641 Adams Street in Riverside, California, Stacy Ann Holgate Insurance Agency. She's on the air because she cares. Give Stacy Ann Holgate's office a call today at 951-977-9899. That's 951-977-9899.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Kinematics Physical Therapy and Sports Performance looks forward to partnering with you in the restoration of your wellness and expediting you back to your active life. We'd love to see you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. Our clinic is an outpatient orthopedic clinic designed to treat general pain, post-operative conditions, and athletic rehabilitation using research standards of care. When you step through our doors, your pain becomes ours, and we will work diligently to help manage whatever life has thrown at you. We provide educational and screening services to the community free of charge. Services provided include health screenings, monthly health courses, sports venue coverage, and fundraising. We'd love to meet you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. All are welcome whom aren't afraid to recover their potential.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association, live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. We're also streaming at foxsports1350.com and the iHeartRadio app. You know, Eternal, one of the coach that we have calling in right now, this is one of the coaches that got us to really, really believe that the Inland Valley Sports Hall of Fame Classic could be a legit game. You know, in the beginning, in the early years, as we were learning how to do the game or produce the game, we always wondered how San Bernardino County would respond.
Right.
And I remember when we talked to Coach Price, who's calling in now, he said he had 100 kids that wanted to play the game. I said, this game might work.
Yeah. Coach Price, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here. How you guys doing this morning?
Man, fantastic, Coach. Thank you so much for taking out the time out of your schedule to give us a call. How's everything been doing in the great land of Yucaipa?
Well, other than the fires that have displaced so many around here, things are going pretty well. You know, getting used to the new distance learning here with the kids, but we're just hoping to get back to some normalcy here at some point.
Right. And now, speaking of the fires, obviously our prayers go out, or our thoughts and prayers go out to the our fire departments and everybody out there that's fighting those fires out there. And but in terms of the community, how's everybody been doing out there? I know a lot of, because you guys are, UKIPA is like a very, very tight unit out there. How's everybody doing?
You know, people have really come together to help each other out. And, you know, we were evacuated for one of the days, and we've had family members that were also evacuated. So everybody kind of rallied together. You know, some people have lost homes. So I'm sure we'll really find out what the community's made of here soon with rallying together and help those people out even more.
Right. Now, in a football level, obviously, Coach Price, this pandemic has really just shaken everything and kind of thrown everybody aside here. However, CIF has since announced that play will resume in some point in time here. I think they're scheduled for January. How did you feel about the news, number one, and what has your communication been like with your players?
So, first of all, I'm just excited that we're going to get an opportunity to play.
Right.
I know a lot of people are frustrated, especially since there are other states that are playing right now. But we continue to have meetings throughout the spring. Now we're doing a lot of our workouts online. So we do still meet with the kids, and we still work out every other day. So things really, I wouldn't say haven't changed a lot. The kids are still bought into the program. You know, we have 150 kids working together almost every day. It's just a little different format. You know, we're doing the best of what we got. That's just the reality of it, and we really want to keep moving forward, and hopefully we'll be back on the field soon. We're conditioning.
Absolutely. Now, Coach, you said that there have been some adjustments that had to have been made when it comes to this pandemic. My son was a class of 2020. Talk a little bit about last year, because I know you are deeply involved with Ukaipa. Was there anything special you did for your guys last year going out? Because last year was just it was a unique time last year.
We really tried to do the best we could. Honestly, we used social media and did a lot of posts and things for the seniors that were leaving the school. The school did a great job of hosting a graduation, kind of a drive-through graduation, so the kids were able to still kind of walk and do those things. So I think the community did a great job of supporting the students. We also did yard signs and things like that, so everyone knew where the seniors were at in town. And, it was a struggle last year, and I think those kids really stepped up and kind of understood the situation that we were in. And really, as a community, we did a great job supporting them.
Absolutely. And my son, as I said, he was class of 2020, and it was unique because they video recorded his graduation. It was the same thing. But, once again, we have Coach Price on the Ukaipa High School football. One town, one team. But, Coach, how important are sports when we think about how sports can bring a community together? It can bring young men together. You learn life lessons. Even though I was a bench warmer, I still have great stories from my high school football days. But how important is it for us to get back to having a Ukaipa and any other high school program back on the field?
Obviously we want to be safe. That's the number one concern moving forward here. But the reality is this: it's so important not only for the physical wellness of our kids, but more importantly for the mental health. I have a son now who's going to be a freshman in high school, who is a freshman right now. And I can tell you it's a struggle. I have 3 kids going through the distance learning and the lack of social interaction, getting the kids back on the field together and working for a common cause. It's just totally different right now. And I know kids are struggling.
Right.
And I just know that the mental health part of it is where they're struggling the most.
Right. And
I want to support the kids as much as I can, but it's really hard to do that when you're actually not together.
Right.
So you can only do so much on Zoom meetings,
And I know what you're talking about, Coach, 'cause my youngest is still in the 11th grade, and it's been a challenge. But, one thing that's unique for high school athletics, unlike, the NBA or whatnot, you not only are you the head coach, a lot of times the coaches are teachers as well. And has that been, like you said, the distance learning, has that been an adjustment for, because me as a parent, my son's in the 11th grade, and I tell you, it is difficult. But has that been difficult for you as well? Because you're a coach and a parent in the distance learning. How have you adjusted?
Well, my personal opinion with it is the kids are going to get out of it what they put into it.
Right.
Really, as a parent, you really have to make sure your kids are engaged and taking the opportunities that are given to them. I struggle on a daily basis just being a teacher in this format because, for 20 years it's been in the classroom and those one-on-one interactions. But I will tell you, things are getting better.
Right.
I don't think this is a long-term solution to anything. But I know that there's nothing else we can do right now. I mean, you have to just accept the fact that we're going to be in this environment for a while. And the kids really have to take ownership over their education more so now than ever before. And I will tell you that having a kid in elementary, one in middle school and one in high school, that my youngest is really the one that's struggling the most. My older one has really kind of figured it out. So that being said, I just look forward to the day that we get back at the classroom and we have some normalcy.
Same here.
Exactly.
Same here.
Exactly. And one more question, Coach. Because obviously what we found when we did those All-Star games that you participated in was that real how the coaches are really always in communication. What have your fellow coaches talked to you about in terms of what they've been feeling about coming back and how they've been trying to prepare with their students about returning to the field?
It's been that's one positive thing that's really come out of this time period is the communication between coaches and standing together and trying to do things the right way. And the reality is I think we all want our kids to be safe, but we also know we have to weigh the safety factor versus the mental health and physical health of our kids.
Right.
And what we really want to do as coaches is we want to provide the safe environment and make sure kids are following those rules so we can get back to football for real here in December with camp and in January with football.
Right.
So the big concerns were, hey, let's share ideas with how we're going to do this the right way so we can get back to real football. So there's been a lot of sharing I know even on social media, it's fun to look at all the different posts from different coaches all over the country,
right?
How they've done things, how they've been successful. I mean, they're playing football in many states, so it's not like, you know, that's not being done right now. So hopefully we learn from their successes and their failures,
right?
And we can move forward and have a season. I mean, that's the number one thing, is let's have a season.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
How are we looking this season, Coach?
Hey, how's the squad looking, man?
We're excited. You know, we had a good returning quarterback coming back, Elijah James, and our defense is going to be led by Dylan Stevens and Yahya Yusuf. We have almost every returner back on defense.
Nice.
So we struggled at times last year defensively, and I really think this year is going to be our strong suit. So we're excited.
Fantastic, Coach. Again, man. Again, one of the good guys. And we thank you so much for how you've always supported us. Again, please feel free to give us a call and again, use us as a resource. But thank you for taking out the time today.
No, thank you for having me. You know, that the All-Star game was one of the greatest experiences I've had as a coach, and I was so happy to be a part of it. And I know you guys are doing an outstanding job, and I'm really hoping that we get to have another one for this coming football season. So thanks for having me again, and, you know, the Yucaipa community, thanks you guys for everything you did for us.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Enjoy your weekend, and tell everybody over there in Yucaipa we say hello.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you, Coach. That's good stuff. As he said, we're looking forward to seeing them this year. We hope that we'll be able to get back to the field. I know that there's been some rumblings and some announcements of things that they're preparing to get kids allowed to return back to conditioning. So right now they're set for Friday. It's January 15th. They'll play Serrano. Wow. So that's the first game they have on the season. February 15th, they're scheduled to take on Serrano High School in a non-conference matchup.
Yes, indeed, man. Again, right there, Coach Price from Yucaipa, really excited about it, man. I mean, you know, and that last thing he said in terms of making sure that contacting those other coaches to figure out what they've done to be successful and to learn from that experience, man, I think it's going to be invaluable, man. So I really hope everything goes right.
No, he said the Inland Valley Sports Hall of Fame Classic was one of the best things. One of his best. That was. I tell you, that was a game. We appreciate Coach Price. He won that game.
Yeah, wasn't that a great game?
That was one of our best games.
That was a great game. Yes. That was just a great game. You know, when we've had, we've been so fortunate to have great coaches, great staff participate in all of our All-Star games. We're really looking forward to coming back. So again, we hope the community comes together. You know, we all come together as people and try to do what we need to do to make sure we return to some kind of normalcy. Right.
And when he came here, Coach Price, he's a big man. He's a commanding presence. And when he came here, I was a little timid, like,
he got the beard and stuff. You can't really read his expression.
Yeah. When he was at the stage, I was like, Coach, what do you think about coaching the game? And he was like, man, I'd love to. I was like, oh, all right. And then that was it. So
he's a nice guy.
Yes, he's one of the best coaches out there. Like you said, great guy. When we did the game, he took control of that game. That we knew he had it. It was in good hands. So we appreciate everything that the one town, one team, Yucaipa staff did. So we appreciate it. So we're ready to take a commercial break.
We come back. We got some more stuff coming up. And like we said, Adam Kennedy, former Angel standout, was the MVP of during their 2002. Great city of Riverside. I almost got a little teary-eyed. Great city of Riverside. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and pay some bills. We'll be right back after this.
Let's go ahead and do this. You're listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here, live on Fox Sports 1350.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Kinematics Physical Therapy and Sports Performance looks forward to partnering with you in the restoration of your wellness and expediting you back to your active life. We'd love to see you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-777-2178. Or visit our website at kptsport.com. Our clinic is an outpatient orthopedic clinic designed to treat general pain, post-operative conditions, and athletic rehabilitation using research standards of care. When you step through our doors, your pain becomes ours, and we will work diligently to help manage whatever life has thrown at you. We provide educational and screening services to the community free of charge. Services provided include health screenings, monthly health courses, sports venue coverage, and fundraising. We'd love to meet you at our spacious clinic, conveniently located in Norco at 1801 3rd Street, Suite 101. Call us at 951-777-2178. That's 951-77.
IE Sportsnet is the longest-running #1 sports talk show originating from the Inland Empire. Every week since 2013, Coach B and Eternal have brought you the best sports coverage from Riverside and San Bernardino counties. In addition to our top-rated show, IE Sportsnet also produces 10 events annually. The Inland Valley Classic All-Star Series, the Riverside Sheriff's Association All-Star Classic Series, and 215 All-Star Classic Series. These events attract over 5,000 spectators. Now is the perfect time to market your brand on one of the world's most recognizable stations, Fox Sports Radio, for as low as $25. That's right, you can advertise with Coach B and Eternal on IE Sportsnet and Fox Sports AM 1350 for as low as $25. Contact our account exec today, staff at iesportsnet.com, or follow up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at IE Sportsnet.
We are Fox Sports.
And you know I'm gonna get on Shaq with that picnic table suit.
Yo, this is Aries Spears on Fox Sports Radio.
We are Fox Sports.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association, live on Fox Sports Radio, AM 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. We're streaming at foxsports1350.com and the iHeartRadio app.
Coach B, we do have a caller on the Boost Mobile Celebrity Be Heard hotline. Caller, if you would please introduce yourself to the Fox Sports Radio audience.
Hello, this is Tamika Smith-Jones, Director of Athletics at the University of California, Riverside.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for calling in today, Ms. Jones. We appreciate it. Well, first things first, how are you doing? How's the family doing during the pandemic? Everybody healthy? Everybody good?
Everybody's healthy and sheltering in place and safe. Just my biggest challenge with the family is I've got a 16-year-old and a 12-year-old, and they want to still go out and play. So,
right.
But we are all doing well. We're blessed.
Fantastic. Good to hear that. Now, Ms. Jones, again, thank you so much for calling today and making yourself available. Obviously, we've been hearing the news about the UCR athletics program. First, if you'd just be kind enough, just brief us on how we got to where we are currently.
Yes, so as you know, these are unprecedented times in the pandemic. COVID-19 has done a number on many of our college campuses and especially collegiate sports. Just the idea of the model of revenue and expenses, I think, on campuses like ours, a high research, academic, top-tier campus. So, this recommendation that came from the Budget Advisory Committee came as a surprise, to be quite honest with you. We never intended that our sport would be considered or a program would be considered for elimination, but we did know that everything was on the table. We're in a $50 million deficit as a campus because of some of the shortfalls and things that cannot happen as it relates to business on campus with COVID and not having students. Our housing is not being filled, our dining service in areas like that. So when this recommendation came, of course, I was informed by the chancellor. About 5 days later, I was able to get to my team, my coaches, and share the news with them that it was a recommendation. And then we've just been going around the horn for our key stakeholders, just having the conversation and trying to figure out a way to do what many of our peers. I have athletic directors meetings with our league, the Big West. Right. And many of those campuses took some very painful cuts from the beginning of COVID 6 months ago. And so I also talk to athletic directors across the nation weekly in some of our standard meetings, and you're seeing it in the papers. I mean, every day, somebody's cutting programs, and
right.
Our colleagues right here in California, Stanford, started out cutting the most, so we knew it was serious when they've got 30 programs. We've got 17, but
right.
The number of programs that got cut right off the top was really telling. So. These are trying times. We've already had some painful reductions in our program from the standpoint of having to really look at where we can cut costs,
right?
Layoffs, reduction in time because we're not competing right now, and so I can't fault the Budget Advisory Committee for putting everything on the table, but I do have a real concern and challenge for our campus only being able to put 4 recommendations on the table with such dynamic campus and so many options that could be more viable from my perspective.
Understood. And Ms. Jones, again, you're somebody that has experience in this area in terms of being, an athletic director. You've been around sports. You've been in the college world. But with this, what is it really for you? What do you feel like your job is to do in this time? Like, what do you feel like when you wake up in the morning? What do you feel like your role is to do in terms of trying to mend this together?
Yeah, I think that's a great question because that has been my role at UCR since I've been here since 2015. So, it's to educate a campus that really is a young campus in college sports,
right?
From the standpoint of Division I. We have a 70-year athletic history, so it really is mind-boggling that after 70 years of having collegiate sports, we hadn't really valued our athletic program anymore. But, a 20-year Division I history where it is about, the idea that, athletics is a laboratory for a lot of things for our program, our campus, and our community. It builds life skills and leadership and personal development that our scholar athletes can't get in the classroom. And so really being able to, share the message in a clear way and find some real tangible things that can help the campus, I'll just say the campus grow up
right.
to what, top-tier campuses are about. I mean, if you look at the top campuses around the country, and we have a lot of press about how diverse we are, how, all of our academic rankings and, top tiers across the campus are making the cuts that are necessary, but we're the only one that are talking about eliminating that entire experience that is not just for athletics, it's for
the community.
25,000. It's for the 25,000 students on the campus and for the community that we bridge. I mean, you think about, what other unit on the campus can bring the number of people to our campus than an athletic program. And we're in the campus, 17 sports. Our record of, what we do in our community every day. So this is a part of what we do. And so my job really is to build a compelling case. I've been building this case for 5 years with the team that I've built, that really, in the grand scheme of things on UCR's campus, has been neglected in some ways.
Right.
I don't know if it's an intentional neglect, but it's a real obvious one at this juncture in our Division I history, because when you look at the value added, our student athletes, our scholar athletes, they're honor students,
right?
They're first gens. They're 74% of them are of color. They have a cumulative GPA above a 3.1 GPA. They've won 7 championships in the last 5 years, more than any span in our Division I history. We're hitting all the marks.
Right.
And so it's just really nothing to talk about in this idea of being a recommendation from that committee other than it's dollars and cents.
Right.
And as you know, there is not going to be we're not going to be able to ever raise $14 million, which is our budget right now. And you can't find many across the country that are netting or grossing the amount of money that will make them, self-sufficient.
Right.
Absolutely. And we have, once again, from UCR Athletics, I'm going to put respect on it, Dr. Jones. She's an author. She's an athletic director. There you go. This is Coach B. Now, one thing that I wanted that's unique about you is you were a very successful college athlete yourself. Now, when you talked about mental health and everything going on, how would you have dealt with this? In your days, because you have sympathy for your players, because this is something that you never had to deal with. It's something even with me. I'm not ashamed. I just turned 45. Even me, I've had challenges being at home at the stay-at-home orders. Is that something that you have empathy for your athletes? Because this is it's never happened. Well, not in our lifetime.
Let me tell you, I meet with our athletes, and they are some of the most resilient. I mean, they're brilliant for one, and they're most resilient, and I'm seeing it, and I'm so excited about who they are and the strength that I see in them, because let me tell you, when I got here 5 years ago, I saw a different temperament in our student athletes, and now they have really transformed into student athletes that have a voice. They know they have a voice. They speak up. They're able to, share and articulate what they want their program to be. And even in COVID, they have been very engaged. You're talking about voting initiatives and getting everybody signed up to vote. They've had a chance I meet with them, in different pockets and settings weekly, just to do a check-in on them. So I have this thing where I do a thumbs up, thumb to the side, thumbs down to get a pulse of how they're feeling. And I know it's stressful. I know there's a lot of anxiety and frustration. But they're moving forward. They're following our lead on Keep UCR Athletics on our social media campaign, and they're telling some very compelling and heartfelt stories about what athletics means to them, how they're getting through this, and I believe that their emotional intelligence is a direct reflection of what we're doing in our laboratory in athletics as coaches and administrators to develop them. So I can't be more proud of who they are and what they're about right now, and definitely have a lot of love and deep, concern for them and their whole being, which is something that, we have been focusing on since my time. We've just started a partnership with our UC Medical School and Dr. McGuire and psychiatric services to help give our student athletes more of the mental support that they may need. And Tony Ontiveros, our head athletic trainer, and his team has done a fantastic job of making sure that they are linked up with our counseling services. And so they have a lot of resources at their hands, and they are utilizing them. And we have killed the stigma of mental health support. And we all need it.
And we agree. We're pressed up against the clock, but we certainly appreciate it. Like I said, Dr. Jones, athletic director at the University of California, Riverside. She's also an author. Get the book, A Ball and a Dream, if you get a chance. I don't normally read books, but I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it.
And now, and what we're going to do, we have that link where folks can sign that petition. I don't know if that petition is still up, but we do have that.
It is.
Okay,
it
fantastic.
Is. And our students have made that petition, and they want athletics, and they've been very clear about that.
Okay, fantastic. Well, we're going to get that petition going. Ms. Jones, again, thank you so much for making yourself available, and we will do what we can to make sure we keep pushing that agenda to keep UCR athletics alive.
Thank you, sir. Thank you both for your support continuously.
Absolutely.
And thank you, Riverside community.
Thank you for letting us broadcast the games last year.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Anytime. We'll see you We'll see you soon, hopefully.
Yes, indeed. All right, there it is. Miss A.D. Jones right there. It's always good to see her.
So let's take a commercial break.
We're going to go take a quick break, and then we'll come back, and then we have a very special guest calling in. So
you're listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here. Live on Fox Sports 1350.
IE Sportsnet is the longest-running #1 sports talk show originating from the Inland Empire. Every week since 2013, Coach B and Eternal have brought you the best sports coverage from Riverside and San Bernardino counties. In addition to our top-rated show, IE Sportsnet also produces 10 events annually. The Inland Valley Classic All-Star Series, the Riverside Sheriff's Association All-Star Classic Series, and 215 All-Star Classic Series. These events attract over 5,000 spectators. Now is the perfect time to market your brand on one of the world's most recognizable stations, Fox Sports Radio, for as low as $25. That's right, you can advertise with Coach B and Eternal on IE Sportsnet and Fox Sports AM 1350 for as low as $25. Contact our account exec today, staff at iesportsnet.com, or follow up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at IE Sportsnet.
We are Fox Sports.
Farmers Insurance, the office of Stacey Ann Holgate, is a proud sponsor of Inland Empire Sports. Located in Riverside at 3641 Adams Street, Stacey Ann's office is able to assist you with your financial goals in planning for your future. Her office can also assist you with your business insurance, home, auto, and much more. Give Stacey Ann Holgate's office a call today at 951-977-9899. That's 951-977-9899. And mention Fox Sports AM 1350. Stacey loves her community and the kids in it. She knows they are the future, and investing in them is an investment towards a healthier community. Wouldn't you want to do business with someone who cares about your children almost as much as you do? Contact Stacey Ann Holgate's insurance agency at 951-977-9899 for ways she can help you and your family with all of your insurance needs today. Located at 3641 Adams Street in Riverside, California, Stacey Ann Holgate Insurance Agency. She's on the air because she cares. Give Stacey Ann Holgate's office a call today at 951-977-9899. That's 951-977-9899.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
What's up, world? This is your favorite comic, Tony Rock. And you're checking out Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports.
Yes, we are back in the great city of Riverside at the iHeartRadio studios. It's IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association, live on Fox Sports Radio AM 1350. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. We're also streaming on FoxSports1350.com and the iHeartRadio app.
We do have a very special guest on the Boost Mobile Celebrity Be Heard hotline. Caller, if you would please be kind enough to introduce yourself to the Fox Sports Radio audience.
What's up, guys? Adam Kennedy here, a Riverside native, born and raised. Proud of you guys doing the show, and honored to be on with you guys.
Man, thank you.
Eternal, did you get emotional?
Oh man, I did, man. You know, he said, you know,
were you born and raised?
Born and raised in Riverside. You know, and it's a great thing to have a guy. I was just talking to my co-host here, and I was just telling him about, you know, when the Angels went on that World Series run, and you would come up to bat and it would say, you know, hometown Riverside, California on there. It was just, you know, that was one of those moments you jumped off the couch, you know what I mean? So, again, really, really excited to have you on. Adam, man, for some of the people out there that may not know, again, your career. Now, I want to make sure I got this correctly. You were drafted to St. Louis. Is that correct? Is that right?
Yeah, I definitely. And traded for Jim Edmonds a couple years later. So I couldn't have worked out any better. That's for sure.
Now, tell me about that experience, because obviously you're a Riverside North alum, and then you go to the bigs. How was that experience for you? Just, you know, that turning of events right there for you.
Well, you know, as much as you dream about something like that your whole life, or you watch your players on TV, you go to the stadium as a kid, and just kind of wanting to be in those shoes. You never really know what it's going to be like till you walk in the clubhouse. And when I walked in the clubhouse in St. Louis when I first got called up, pretty intimidating. You know, Eric Davis, who was always an idol of mine,
right?
he was in the clubhouse. You know, Ray Langford, Mark McGuire, Ozzie Smith was around all the time.
Wow.
Lou Brock was around all the time. So you have all these figures that you looked up to that you don't seem realistic to be in the same clubhouse with, and there you are. So definitely intimidating, but you just try to fit in as much as possible, and then just try to, you know, perform on the field and try to fit in as one of their teammates.
And then you are part of history, at least for Southern California here. You were a part of that Angels team that went on that historic World Series run, and you were the guy going into that series. Obviously, you were got the MVP when you guys played against Minnesota. But just talk about that historic run when you guys actually won the World Series, and again, you making a major contribution to that.
Yeah, that year, that team was just kind of the ultimate team that if you're a GM, a coach, a player, that you try to build and be a part of. We didn't have any superstars at the time, but we had a couple star players, Garrett Anderson, Troy Gloss, Darren Erstad, Percival from Riverside as well. So there were some great players, but nobody was really a household star name. And we just loved playing with each other. We loved, going out with each other after the games. We loved being around each other and just that team, and you could feel it on the field, and it was a good year for everybody, and kind of the year that really brought, Angels back to being something big in Orange County and even Riverside. So many fans from Riverside are Angel fans. So really kind of the year that it kind of put the Angels back on the map as far as bringing fans to the stadium. And ever since then, already done a good job of keeping fans at the stadium ever since.
And once again, we have online with us Riverside native. How exciting it is, Adam Kennedy. One question for you: do you still follow the Angels?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love sports. I fantasy football, college game day on Saturday mornings. You name it, and I'm in the NBA playoffs. So yes, I follow every sports, and especially the Angels and Dodgers being local.
Absolutely, and like you said, you being a local guy, and there's a lot of magic out here in the Inland Empire. And I see you play basketball in high school, and one of the best players in the league right now is from the Riverside area, Moreno Valley. Kawhi Leonard. Are you following Kawhi's game?
Of course. I mean, he's leaving the conversation from best player in the league to one of the top 10 players ever,
right,
at this point.
Right.
So definitely proud of him. And, usually when you hear you have a basketball player from Riverside, he's from North, or has some North ties. But yeah, no, definitely proud that there's another Riverside guy kind of taking over the NBA.
Absolutely. And when you guys went on that historic run, one thing I want to know, did you ever tell Troy, you went to Moreno Valley High School, but I'm from Riverside. Did you ever jab him about that?
oh yeah. I don't let him forget it, but he's the head coach at UCR now.
Correct.
So he's kind of got a little bit edge on me at the moment.
Absolutely, and we had him on the show as well, and we always love to see the local guys. And I'll ask you, I know your dad was involved. He was a teacher at North. Are you still involved with the kids over at North in baseball and showing them, hey, I made it from here, you can make it as well?
The last time I spoke at the campus was probably about 2 years ago, but anytime I'm asked to do anything, I definitely drop whatever's going on and make my way out there. But I spoke at a dinner in Riverside also, and just kind of getting that point across where, you may feel like you're far away from success or the big stage, whatever stage that is you're trying to get to, just, being in Riverside, but it's not the case. There's so much talent there, and the success that players have had coming out of there is just it's not ending, and Kawhi is a good example of that.
Absolutely.
Right. And again, Adam, we'll wrap up here, but one of the things obviously right now, there's, as you were mentioning, a great amount of talent here in the Riverside area, but right now a lot of people are going through the pandemic and they're just trying to keep themselves in shape. What advice do you have? Again, a guy that's been through there, had a great run in the
world champion.
In the bigs. What advice would you give kids what they can do right now, mentally and physically, to try to get themselves prepared, just to make sure that they have a good season and get themselves prepared what's going to happen going forward?
Yeah, even if you can't, get any team activities in, play other sports. If you're a football player, play some basketball, pick up basketball games, or just find a hoop and shoot. Or if you're a baseball player, same. I'm a big advocate of basketball being a great training tool for all athletes. It does so many things that baseball players don't train for. Same with football. So be active. You can always get out and run, do push-ups and sit-ups. So there's really no excuse to not be in physical shape. That way, when your teams get back together, you'll kind of have that edge from the other players, and you'll always be able to get back in throwing shape, hitting shape quickly, football shape quickly. But But keep that physical activity up, and you'll be able to get back to your top physical sport shape quickly.
Absolutely. There it is right there. Adam Kennedy, man, thank you so much. Again, one of those guys that, the community was just really excited to see you run. And again, I think you probably turned a lot of Riverside people that were formerly Dodger fans into Angel fans.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hopefully they're staying that way. It's a little tough run right now,
yep.
But it's fun. It's fun to watch the Dodgers. I'm a true California kid where I try to root for the winning teams. And
right.
The Dodgers kind of have a good little run right here, and they're fun to watch. But the Angels always have a piece of my heart, and we were glad to make a little run and bring some pride to Southern California.
Right, there it is right there. And again, I got to make sure I would be remiss.
He was a Dodger too.
Exactly, yeah, it was last year, yeah. So again, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that thank you. I got to give a big shout out to my guy Anthony Tyson. He's the one who hooked us up, and he told me about you running into the thorn bushes, man. So he said that you were a real guy back in the day. You were a stud even when you were a kid. So again, a big shout out to my guy Anthony Tyson.
No, definitely. Anthony and his group of guys were a few years older than me, so they taught me a lot about sports and life, and I was always a young kid trying to keep up with them, so they had a big handle on my success and moving forward.
There it is right there. And again, thank you to the whole Kennedy family. You guys do a great job, and again, anytime we can help you out, just feel free to give us a call. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
You guys got it. Thank you so much.
There it is right there.
Great stuff.
Adam Kennedy right there, man. I mean, Angels, St. Louis, played for I think Seattle as well as the Dodgers, man. So.
And also he played for Cal State Northridge, where he set school records in hits, RBIs, and batting average.
Wow.
And was a 3-time All-American.
Man, let me tell you something. If I hit a home run in the bigs, I would slow drag down them bases. I would probably get hit in the head the next time up, but
if I would have hit a home run in the Little League, I'd have been happy.
Well, I was wiffle ball champ in the Phoenix Gardens. You know what I mean? That was me right there. So everybody know wiffle ball champ. That was me.
Yeah, my brother played Little League, but it was my turn. We didn't have the money anymore for some reason. I'm not holding on to that. I'm not holding on to that.
Again, what a great show we had today. Coach Price called in. Ukaipa football had the athletic director, for UC Riverside, Miss Dr. Tamika Jones called in, and then we wrapped up the show today with our guy, the man, the legend, Riverside legend right there, Adam Kennedy, former second baseman for the L.A. Anaheim Angels,
Yes, and the Dodgers. Don't forget that. He spent time with the Dodgers
with the Dodgers as well. So, yeah, there it is right there. So, Coach B, man, we're looking forward to this weekend right here. As football coming back, my Dallas Cowboys coming back. Dallas Cowboys.
That's the unfortunate reality of football coming back. But here's the thing. They were saying they just announced that there would be no fans at the new stadium.
Are they saying? I know it's not going to be any because there's fans in KC.
It all depends on I guess the
I was just about to say. So right now it's temporary. Officials. It's temporary right now. But are they saying? Are they killing the season?
No, just the Chargers. The Chargers have said they will have no fans. So I said, hey, at least we'll have home field advantage this year.
I'm glad. Hey, I'm glad you said it. Again, everybody.
We already have 4 players out.
Right.
The season hasn't started.
I know.
And we have 4 players out. There is a Chargers curse. And not only that, it's the studs that are hurt.
I know. Jarwin, it's bad.
Yeah, I'm
bad. Yeah.
Hey,
at least you guys got Anthony Lynn. He's still good.
Hey, but we always have next year.
Yeah.
That's our thing. That's our rally cry. Hey, there's always next year. And the season hasn't even started. So we're already saying there's already next year.
Make sure you guys follow the story. You guys can always find us. We're available on social media at IE Sportsnet. IE Sportsnet. Again, you can always take the show with you with the iHeart Radio mobile app, and then you can find us online, FoxSportsRadio1350.com. Coach B,
yeah, we're good, man. And like we said, the announcement's coming soon. Woo! We will have a major sports network. We'll be picking up IE Sportsnet. So that also includes the All-Star Games. We'll now have the highlights on a major sports net in 3 states. That means the Inland Valley Sports Hall of Fame Scholar Honors will be on a major network in 3 states. That means the Riverside Sheriff's Association Honors, Scholar Honors, will be seen in 3 states. So those are things that we're working on, man. We will let you guys know soon, but it's coming.
My Christian Mingle is going to be off the chain.
For sure. Make sure you follow us. Everything is at IE Sportsnet. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Everything is at IE Sportsnet. We even have a TikTok that we don't use, but everything is at IE Sportsnet.
and everything's going to be all right. Coach B, let's do it.
Let's go ahead and do this. Thank you for listening to IE Sportsnet, protected by the Riverside Sheriff's Association with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here. Live on Fox Sports 1350. You have a good weekend.
You're listening to IESportsnet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.